In a galaxy with many billions of planets, Earth statistically can't be the only planet capable of sustaining intelligent life. However, if there are other planets that do have life, how come we don't have concrete proof of that fact? If other intelligent life exists, and it exists on planets much older than Earth, where is everybody? This is the Fermi paradox. It asks a crucial question about the existence of other intelligent life. How come there's no conclusive evidence of aliens visiting Earth? There are a lot of different proposed answers, none of which I will bother to entertain at all. Let me discuss the most obvious logistical problem with space travel. The nearest solar system to us is one called Proxima Centauri. It is about 4.2 light years away, which is 25 trillion miles or 40 trillion kilometers. If we assume that it is actually a flat distance and gravity doesn't warp it and there's nothing funky going on, then that is still an insane distance to cover even when going half the speed of light. The Large Hadron Collider managed to make a single proton particle get close to the speed of light, but it couldn't reach the actual speed of light even with that crazy amount of energy for a single particle. It would take an unfathomable amount of power for a full-size spacecraft to get anywhere near the speed of light. I genuinely don't believe that any spacecraft will ever be able to survive light speed anyway. It'll probably just disintegrate and never be seen again if it tried. It's cool to think that one day we could go faster than light and travel the universe, but I'm unconvinced that going faster than light will ever be possible with any technology. I imagine that anything that breaks past the speed of light, somehow, will just vanish and never be seen again. Don't ask me why I think this, because that's just what my brain defaulted to when I consider what happens when we break the speed of sound. Our fastest spaceship can go at roughly 16 kilometers per second. With a bit of epic math skills, that means to travel to the nearest solar system, it would take almost 100,000 years to reach with current spaceship technology. Even if we make massive strides in tech and manage to go 100 times that speed, we're talking about a trip that takes a full 1,000 years just to reach the closest other solar system. That's not feasible at all. Our entire civilization would be about 10 generations removed by the time it gets to the solar system in question, and it'd be about 20 generations by the time anything comes back. Nobody would even remember what was sent out and would probably assume it's an alien. It would take extremely deliberate and continued efforts to keep records of it so people would know what the fuck they're looking at when it comes back. Honestly, I don't think space travel will ever be an easy thing to do, and that's probably why we never see aliens and haven't ever been officially visited, at least not that we know of. Alien species probably face the same challenges we do, and are still unable to overcome the immense energy costs needed for timely space travel. It's probably easier to build artificial wormholes than it is to break the speed of light, in my opinion. And let's be 100% serious here. Let's say that an intelligent alien species does know we exist through whatever long-range observation they have. Why would they waste huge amounts of energy to reach a species of Neanderthals that are only just barely reaching beyond their own planet? They would gain literally nothing from communicating with us. Our technology would be undoubtedly inferior. Our communication skills are laughable. Even our philosophies are convoluted and messy. I really hate philosophy, if you couldn't tell. So in short, it would be a complete waste for an advanced species to interact with us, because we are probably nowhere near close enough to be able to utilize anything that they could theoretically share with us. Plus, we always freak out about potential alien sightings, So if I were an alien, I would be super wary of visiting a planet that mostly just panics and records anything unknown that comes along. Would you want to subject yourself to screams and gawking and random recordings from creatures you can't understand and have minimal knowledge of? Imagine that you're dumped on a planet full of aliens, and instead of talking to you or trying to interact normally, they all pull out small devices and point them at you while making loud noises and gesturing. Pretty scary, isn't it? Aliens almost certainly do exist, and they probably know about us already. The biggest issue is that they either do not want to waste the resources to reach us, because space travel is likely extremely difficult no matter how advanced you are, or they refuse to interact with us until we stop being weird and collectively get our shit together as a species. The Fermi paradox assumes that we are worth reaching out to, but maybe we aren't yet. It's a good meme to say that aliens are just scared of us, but when you're dealing with other intelligent life, the safest bet is cautious observation.